Bachelor Langford. I'm Caitlin Clinich. It's nice to finally meet you, or at least now you can put a face to my name. Out of all the speeches I had to choose from, I chose to analyze Robert F. Kennedy's, otherwise known as Bobby Kennedy. I've learned so much over the semester, and I hope I incorporated it in my speech today, but I hope you enjoy, and here's my presentation. April 4th, 1968 was a day that America would remember forever. It was this day that the prominent civil rights leader, Martin Luther King Jr., was shot and killed. The bearer of bad news was none other than Robert F. Kennedy, who was faced with the difficult task of announcing the sad news to America. Along with this task, he was also expected to provide the country with hope. Robert F. Kennedy's speech announcing Martin Luther King's assassination demonstrated great use of important aspects within a speech. Two of these important aspects included the ceremony itself and the audience. As I have mentioned before, the reason for the speech was King's assassination. The speech also presented Kennedy with the opportunity to present King's accomplishments. In my opinion, Kennedy firmly took advantage of this opportunity. He provided America with the examples of King's great works. Along with this, he also presented America with the opportunity to let his legacy live on by putting King's ideas into practice. Another aspect Kennedy had to take into consideration was that of the audience. Personally, I think he had a rather difficult audience considering it was the entire nation. At this time, the nation consisted of many ethnicities. However, the most dominant ethnicities were African Americans and Caucasians. Coincidentally, both groups were a part of the assassination. The assassinator was white and King was black. Since this was the case, Kennedy chose to target his speech towards that of the group of African Americans, being that they were the ultimate victims. In order to do this, he had to form a strong connective bond with the group. He accomplished this by relating his brother's assassination by a white man to King's assassination by a white man. Kennedy was most likely anticipating that the ethnic group of African Americans would be the most difficult group to connect with, simply because he was a white man giving a speech and speaking about an event where a white man shot a black man. I think he was a wise choice to target the speech towards this group, simply because they would have most likely been the most difficult group to reach. Along with the audience and the ceremony, another important aspect of the speech is that of the speaker. Robert F. Kennedy was definitely a well-respected man of his time. He served as Attorney General from 1961 to 1964. He then went on to serve as the Senator of New York. During this time, he provided many contributions to the African American civil rights movement. He began to work closely with Martin Luther King Jr. Therefore, when it comes to the area of civil rights, one would find Robert F. Kennedy extremely credible, since he possessed a great deal of experience. On top of his credibility, he also had a close relationship with King. Therefore, not only did he know him professionally, but also personally. Due to all these factors, I feel that Kennedy was an excellent choice as the speaker. An additional crucial aspect in Kennedy's speech was his style. Kennedy chose a specific stylistic device which made his speech memorable and unique. Repetition was the major device he used. He would repeat such phrases as difficult day and difficult time. Along with that, he would repeat what we would need in the United States. The use of these devices placed emphasis on certain points. I feel that he definitely chose the right points to emphasize, considering the nature and reason for his speech. By emphasizing the word difficult, he conveyed the message that he knew the struggle to get through the event was going to be difficult. However, he also emphasized what it was exactly America needed to get through it. Therefore, he addressed the problem, yet also provided the nation with a solution. Ultimately, I feel the use of these devices worked in his benefit. The points he chose to emphasize was exactly what America needed to hear at the time. It provided them with stability and a sense of what they needed. Along with presenting the audience with a unique sense of style, Kennedy also incorporated important values. One of the most important values we have as humans, is that of appreciation. Kennedy appealed to the audience's appreciative side by mentioning the great deeds King accomplished throughout his life. Furthermore, Kennedy also chose to appeal to the value of unity by asking everyone to come together as a nation. I think these were wise values to appeal to. Most of the audience supported the civil rights movement, which would account for him choosing to incorporate the values of appreciation and unity. the supporters of the movement would most definitely be appreciative of what King accomplished. Furthermore, they would also be supportive of the idea of unity, since that is basically what they were fighting for. I feel that Kennedy's choice of appealing to this specific values was significant in the success of his speech. Overall, Kennedy chose his style and values extremely well according to the purpose of his speech. Kennedy most definitely held all the credibility needed for Martin Luther King Jr.'s ceremonial speech. Kennedy was deeply involved in the civil rights movement, and he also had an established personal relationship with the civil rights leader. In conclusion, not only was Kennedy the correct choice for the ceremony, but he also made use of specific aspects which ultimately sets apart an ordinary speech from an extraordinary speech.